you doing all? This is a bit of a follow-on really. I did a 60-second video of a shot with some crops and some leading lines, which looks like that. Cool as. But I thought I'd come back. When I did the 60-second shot, the bloody sun was in it, so I had to crop it in a bit. And, yeah, I think the sun just spoiled the shot, so I'm coming back. I'm going to shoot from the other side, looking back. I'm going to go with me 24 to 105 because, let's see if I can turn you. I'll turn you around actually and show you what I'm looking at and explain it. This is what I'm dealing with. Look at that, what a nice shot. Leading lines all the way down there. Some funky ass clouds, love the clouds. I'm not going to go mental wide because there's nothing, because this plough bit in the middle is so wide, it takes up most of the kind of foreground bit. That doesn't really make sense, does it? But I don't really need to go wide. I don't need this lot all the way out here. I'm quite happy. Probably I may crop in off that side and off that side and just have these edge. So yeah, that's what I'm putting up with. I think there'd be a cool time lapse there as well. Whilst the clouds are like that though, I'm going to might give the Yoda long exposure a try, get a couple of shots. Right, before I take a shot, just a couple of things. Normally I've got a spirit level in the camera and I use that to obviously level up the shot with the horizon, but in this case, because the field is on a tilt and I've got this straight line where the farmer's ploughed here, I'm not going to use the spirit level because it's all a little bit wonky, so I'm gonna level it with my eye. When I look back, the spirit level's going, hang on a minute, what are you doing? This isn't right, this isn't right. But because it's on a hill and I don't want the shot to be on a hill when I edit it, I'm sort of tilting the camera just a little bit. It's only a few degrees, so it all looks square because it's quite a nice, you know what I mean about the leading lines of the shot. A couple of other things. Shooting, always shoot on manual. Focus roughly about a third of the way into the scene. But I don't know whatever camera you're using. On my camera, I've got something called focus peaking, I think it is. So what I do when I focus it on the back of the screen, see that? Just press it, a little beep. I focus about a third of the way in, or wherever I want it to focus. It beeps and I know it's focused, and then obviously I'll take a picture, I'll have a look and I'll zoom in around and make sure it's alright. But sometimes what I do is I'll quickly flick the switch on my lens to manual focus. And I don't know if you can see that, but on the back of the camera, everything that's in focus, can't see it, everything that's in focus goes purple. I can change it to red, yellow, purple, whatever colours. That's for when I want a manual focus. So all I've done is I've just switched my lens onto manual focus, and boom, because I've got the settings in camera to tell me, it will tell me now what in the scene's in focus. So automatic focus, brilliant, but every now and again I'll just flick it over onto manual, let the camera tell me. I don't know how it works, it's flipping amazing, but yeah, so cool. Anyway, the settings are, I'm shooting at f13, about f13. I don't need a graduated filter because the sun's over there and it's kind of lighting up the foreground and the sky, and it's kind of quite well balanced dynamic range on this camera. I don't need a graduated filter. So this is a shot, no filters. I might give it a little bit of a tweak, bring the highlights down a little bit, maybe a little bit of shadows, maybe a bit of not saturation. What's the other one? Come to me a minute. It's a slider above it, below it. So yeah, f13, about 80th of a second, ISO 100. This is the shot. Quite nice. I quite like it. It's quite nice as it is. But now, because I've been banging me gums and I've just been talking, I've been working in the area last few weeks. And I met the local farmer a couple of weeks ago. That's why I thought it'd be alright to come in here. Well, anyway, he's just stopped because he's ploughing a field, and I've been yapping to him for 10 minutes. So, farmer, if you see this, cool. Cheers for letting me in, and I'll get a picture to you at a later date, and I'll get that picture to you. I shot a picture here a few years ago from that end looking down, and it was a field all full of bales, and it looked like lovely blue crisp sky with white crispy clouds, and it just looked like the road bales just like looked like loads of cigarette ends, cigarette butts. Looked really cool. So anyway, I was just chatting to him, but now I've been chatting, the bloody clouds have gone away. I'm hoping the wind's going from east to west because there's a big clump of cloud up there which I want to come along. Yeah, I'm going to get me probably going to be a big stopper actually, and see if I can do something with that once this cloud comes over. But I'll get you back up in a sec. Sorry I'm holding you. I would like to put you on a tripod, but I forgot it, and I can't find the bloody skyhook anywhere. I forgot to say, if it's of any interest to you, I never knew this, and I work in the bloody countryside, but I thought, oh, that's really cool the way he's ploughed it. He's ploughed through the middle and he's left the trees down the middle. I presume apple, some kind of prunus in there. So he's not only getting crop from the floor, he's getting crop from the strips of little trees. How cool is that? I'm guessing it's a big thing on the continent, but as usual, we're just slow in the UK. The cloud ain't bloody moving. Because I'm shooting in manual mode, all I've done is I've just put my Lee big stopper on. Lovely, expensive bit of glass. Not a big fan of Lee big stopper, but I am sometimes, if you know what I mean. Because I'm all focused in, I don't want to change my ISO, I don't want to change my aperture, so that the only reason now the shot is dark is because I've put the big stopper in. It's the only thing I need to change, nothing else. The shot's exactly the same. I'm still at f13, I'm still at ISO 100, it's still focused. All I do is I drop my Lee big stopper in, and then the only thing I change is my shutter speed. Obviously it needs to be slower because it's darker and I need to let more light into the camera. So slow it down, 4th of a second, 6th of a second, 1 second, 2 seconds, 2.5, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 6 seconds, 8 seconds. Ooh, about 20 seconds. Just because I put that big stopper on, it's moved it from an 80th of a second all the way down to 20 seconds to get the same exposure on my histogram. But there's no bloody clouds, so I'm going to have to wait till the clouds come back. I'm going to see, actually, I'm going to spin you around and see if I can show you on the back of the camera what the shutter speed's doing. Right, that's the back of my camera, there's the scene, that's the back of my camera. Look, I've just put this, see, I was shooting at a 60th of a second, I don't know if you can see that, f13 ISO 100. And now it's gone completely black because I've put my big stopper on. So all I'm going to do now is change my shutter speed, which is going to be this in the bottom left hand corner. I'm not sure if you can see that on there, but change my shutter speed, I'm going to slow it right down, 40th, 30th, 25th, keep going, and as I slide it, my histogram's up here, let's see that, dark to the left, bright to the right. If you can see that on the histogram there, that's slowly going to come across as the shutter speed gets slower. 5th of a second, 1.3, 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 8 seconds. See, here comes the picture, and all I'm doing, it's like working in the Matrix. All I'm doing is looking at the histogram. 20 seconds, 25 seconds, a little bit bright. 20 seconds left, and all I've moved is my shutter speed. But as you can see, looking at that and looking in the sky, there's no bloody clouds. So I've got a feeling, I was on about them clouds just a minute ago, but it's not, they're going that way. These clouds are going to come over in a minute. 20 seconds, clouds ain't moving that quick. I'd rather the clouds were moving that way, so it kind of sucks you into the frame, you know, like warp speed kind of thing. But hey ho, I might put you on a bit of a time lapse now actually, because that'd be pretty cool. Right, as you can see from the time lapse, the clouds eventually did move. I haven't changed anything. I just waited for the cloud to come across, waited until it was on the edge of the edge of the frame, kind of guesswork how far it's going to go. I only had 30 seconds to play with. I did try. I've got my favourite filter. It's the Lee Pro Glass IRND 6 stop. This is the one I broke before Christmas, but my was it Christmas? No, earlier in the year, my missus bought me a new one for my birthday. I wanted a longer exposure, so I put this on, but it was going to be 2 minutes or something like that, and I haven't got me cable release timer or anything, so I didn't do that. There's a bit of movement in the cloud there, not a huge amount. Yeah, here are the shots. What do you think? Look at this, look, sun shines on the righteous. What do you think? Ooh. What do you think? Right, I've just been a right tool. I've just noticed on my my Canon 24-105 here, I wish I didn't have it because it's a pain in the ass, but obviously these new lenses have got image stabilization built in, and I try to get in the habit of turning it off when my camera's on a tripod. I don't know if you're supposed to now. I'm sure I spoke to some Canon bloke, or got an email, I was speaking to some Canon bloke on the phone, and he said it's best to switch it off, because if there's any slight movement, the old elements are going to give it that. So I'm hoping the bloody clouds are gone now and I want to get home and have a glass of wine. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it hasn't messed the shot up. But there's a pleb of a mistake for you. Turn your image stabilization off when it's on a tripod, because you don't need it. Of course, 30-second exposure, there may be a little bit, and the technology in these lenses are so good now, the old elements may start going like that, and it may have cocked the shot up, which I'm going to be gutted about if it has. But fingers crossed it hasn't. So, quick recap. That's using the big stopper or any strong ND filter. Get to your site, find your composition, put your camera on a tripod, ISO 100, let's just say f13. The only thing you've got to move now is your shutter speed. So you get your shutter speed, focus third of the way into the scene or anything that's prominent in the scene that you want to be focused on. Take your picture. If you need a graduated filter, drop that in. Nothing will change until you change your shutter speed. Problem is, if you shoot in AV and you drop a graduated filter in, it's going to mess everything about. That's why I shoot in manual. So if the sky's, you know, adjust your shutter speed for the foreground interest, like the fields, the roads. If the sky's too bright, I'll do another video about that. You just drop your graduated filter in so it slows the bright sky down. Take your picture. And if you want a longer exposure, all you do is you put your ND filter in front, your big stopper, your IRND Pro Glass, whatever, put that in, and obviously it's going to be darker. So then all you do is change your shutter speed until your histogram comes up and it looks nicely exposed. Bang, take the picture. That's as simple as it is. You don't need to change anything. So 3-4 things you need to worry about. I'm even hearing things, all these people on the other side of that edge. Anyway, hope that helps. See you in the next vid. Cool, cheers, bye.